What's up, guys? It is May 13th, and we are a little behind. There you go. What's up, guys? It is May 13th, 2018. Welcome to the kingdom. Of course, this is Justin from ForTheLoveOfPicks.com. Giving you 100% free picks 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We predict the games in your favorite sports to make you extra money. Check out the website for theloveofpicks.com for even more free picks. We are live Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and on the weekends we are live pretty randomly at sometime between 4 p.m. Eastern, just depends. Today we've gone live at 2:45. So, of course, we are on Facebook and on YouTube. YouTube at top, what's up? And we're on a small delay there, but Facebook's down low, everything right on time. And so, of course, guys, the point of the show is we come in here, we give you the picks to take for the day. These are the picks that I'm going to be taking, or my colleague Ryan, or in cases, Kyle, who we added to our cappers list. So basically, these picks that I'm giving out are games that we ourselves are taking. So this isn't me telling you just, hey, go take this game. I think that's a good game. It's also games that I'm taking as well. Of course, there will always be games that we're not. We predict games in every sport: Major League Baseball, NHL, NBA, soccer. But for the most part, especially our best bets, those are going to be games that are our best bets because they're our best bets. That's what we're betting on. So keep that in mind. With that said, guys, let's go on and give out some picks for today's show. And going to jump right into it. We've got the Mets playing the Phillies today. We've got Jacob deGrom going up against Aaron Nola. And we're getting the Mets at plus 110. And we're getting an under of 7.5. And we're going to take the under of 7.5. And that's our first pick for today's show. And we're going to give out one of Ryan's picks. We've got the Reds taking on the Dodgers. Castillo is pitching for the Reds, 2-4 with a 6.47 ERA. Hills 1-1 with a 7.11 ERA. And Ryan gave out the Reds plus money 2 days ago, and he's going to take the Reds again plus 134 to complete the sweep of the injured Dodgers, and that will be our second pick for today's show. So with that said, guys, I want to apologize. The website, it's not down, but there are complications not allowing me to edit, update, whatever you want to call parts of the website. So yesterday we gave out all of our platinum picks for free on the show. And it's because you can't go get anything on the website right now. Everything's outdated. It's a couple days old. And I apologize for that. I plan to have that fixed and remedied. In fact, I plan to have that fixed and remedied by tomorrow, unless that changes. I'll let you know tomorrow if something happens, but plan for the website to be back going by tomorrow. But with that said, I've not been able to put up all the free picks on the website, so I've been giving out as many picks on the show as I possibly can. And yesterday we had a pretty good day. I gave you the Vegas Knights to win. I gave you the um, under 6, and we pushed on that under, and we did not hit on the Knights because the Jets won. But a handful of the unders that we gave out in baseball covered. Mariners won, so we had that cover. Can't remember if I gave out the Angels or not. Angels ended up blowing that game. That was, I don't know if I gave out that game or not, but that was personally frustrating for me. I had um, I had a good day, so I had thrown some extra money on the Angels. I have the package, so I can watch all of these games anytime I want. So it was the last game of the night. It was the only game that was still on, and I had put a little bit of money on it, and it had gone to extra innings. So what I did was, is I actually put some more. I went in on it again, and the Angels had the bases loaded. I can't. I want to say in the bottom of the 10th, maybe. See, already having problems with Facebook. I'm getting getting frustrated with. We completely lost the live video with Facebook. 110% just completely lost. I've never had that happen before. So wow. Just I can win all day long on these games, but I cannot win with these videos and this internet connection at all. I'm just gonna end up having to pick one and stop doing one of them. So most likely, guys, this will be the last day that there is videos on both. It's just not working out. The internet connection will not support it. Of course, my kids are probably using the internet, and there's internet probably being used in other places. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to change some things around, but never had the video just completely go out. That's can't have that happen. So there we go. All right, guys. Sorry, Facebook. The internet connection is horrendous. So we've completely lost the video on Facebook. We are back. I apologize for that. Of course, today we are live on Facebook, just public. So anybody can see us on Facebook today. I've decided on the weekends we'll probably do that. That'll be a way to still kind of advertise and get more viewers during the week. We'll go back to the forloveofpigs.com Facebook site. So make sure you go into the Facebook site, the Facebook page, hit the like button, YouTube channel, subscribe, and the website, sign up, and you'll get all of our content there. And we were talking about the game last night between the Angels and the Twins. I had put a little bit of money on it. I was up for the day, so put a little bit extra wasn't going to harm me. And so essentially, I went in a little more, and the Angels had the bases loaded, and it's funny, no hits in the inning. They walked the first guy, and then got an out. I want to say they got 2 outs. They walked both. They walked Trout and they walked Pujols. No, excuse me. They walked. No, Trout was already on. Yeah, Trout walks. So then they walk Pujols and they walk Simmons on purpose because they don't want to face Simmons or Pujols. With Trout, Trout had stolen base, so Trout's on second base. So it's extra innings. Trout's on second base, and rather than face Pujols, they walk him. And then rather than face Simmons, they walk him. So they walk the bases loaded intentionally, so they could face Marte. And Marte hadn't done anything all night, and it ended up being a good decision on their part. And the interesting thing about games like that, to me, and we'll talk more about this when I didn't do the live betting show last night because, like I said, the internet connection's been bad, and there's even more traffic at night. So until I get that figured out, we might do a different night. But just to talk a little bit about the live betting, I had put more on the Angels, so that when they didn't get that bases loaded, I kind of felt the momentum shift. So I actually put some on the Twins, and the Twins ended up getting 2 runs in the very next inning. When you got the bases loaded and you can't walk off on your own home field, that's kind of disheartening. So it's dejecting. So as far as live betting, it would be the first time that I made a bet that went against another bet that I was still waiting to see how it worked. And you can't make bets that go against each other at the same time. But as far as live betting goes, each moment that passes makes it a new bet. So just because I bet on the Angels an inning or 2 before doesn't mean I can't bet on the Twins when I finally realized that I went the wrong direction. And I just felt like the Angels had their moment and it missed, and I ended up being right. Well, it didn't really matter. I just kind of won back what I had put down on the Angels a couple innings before that, but it was better than losing it. So that's the nuances of live betting. You got to be careful. It looked like the Angels should have won that game, and they had, if I can remember, the Angels walked 10 plus batters and left 15 runners on base. Walked 10 plus batters, 15 runners on base, only scored 3 runs, lost the game 5-3. Those numbers don't usually go together. So Angels should have won that game, but they did not. So with that said, let's go on and give out another 2 picks for today's show. So we're going to go to another baseball game. We've got the Angels tonight. We've got Romero pitching for the Twins and Shohei Ohtani pitching for the Angels. And I know Ohtani can't win all these games, but it's a good game. I believe it's the Sunday night baseball game. So we're going to take the Angels minus 158 at home and to bounce back from last night's dejecting loss. I do think that there's sometimes some momentum that can carry over from those later inning games where you should have won but you didn't. But I look for the Angels to overcome that at home today. So Angels minus 158. That'll be our 3rd pick for today's show. And let's go on and give out another one of Ryan's picks. We've got the Rockies taking on the Brewers. And we got Peralta, first game of the year, pitching against Gray pitching. That's John Gray, 4-4, 4.05 ERA. We've got an under of 10.5. We've had a really large over-under on all these games. Of course, it's in Colorado. It's at Coors Field. So the first game, they put up 20 runs yesterday, 4-0, so they stayed under. So Ryan's going to go to the well one more time and take the under of 10.5. Look for this game to be low scoring. And I'm going to give out an extra pick to go with this. I wrote it down somewhere. I like the Rockies minus 155. I like Gray to get the win. So that'll be our fourth and fifth pick for today's show. So, normally I talk about things that are going on with the website or things that are going on, and with all the complications and problems, I really don't have much to talk about with that. Didn't do the live show because of it last night, so a lot of stuff going on. And I do apologize anybody who's been looking towards the website, or anybody frustrated with some of the things that haven't been very consistent over the past couple of days. I do apologize for that. But the one thing I can guarantee you that will stay consistent is these picks. I'm going to come on here. I'm going to give you 100% free picks, and I'm going to give you mostly winners. And like I've said, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. There's going to be days where we win some. There's going to be days where we lose some. There'll be days where we win more than we lose. There'll be days where we lose more than we win. But as you know, there's days where I go undefeated. I have only had one day, and this is our 45th show, and I've had one day in 45 episodes where we did not win at all. One day. And if I remember that correctly, that day Ryan won. So I don't think we've had a single day where we just went 0-6 or 0-4, 0 and anything. So we've had our days where we don't lose. We don't have days where we don't win. A day will come. It'll happen eventually. We've had some individual days where neither one of us won, giving out a couple picks, but overall, I guarantee you that we will win and stay in a profit. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and give out the last few of these picks. Keep the show pretty short for today. We've got game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. That means Celtics and Cavaliers today. Of course, game one of the Western Conference Finals tomorrow. These are big games. Getting into the finals of these Eastern and Western Conference, and then, of course, the finals. It'll be time to start making some big money bets. So we're going to go out. We're going to put ourselves out there, and we're going to try to make some money. So we might go one. We're going to go one of two ways when it comes to these games in the finals, because these are the games that we live for when it comes to betting. Now, I'm not saying we should stray from the formula, but you're going to see some higher unit plays in some of these games. So with that said, we also got we also have an NHL game tonight too. So I'll start with NBA. We've got the Celtics are +2, or the spreads -1.5 or -2, depending where you're looking at it at. Cavs -1.5, Cavs -2, or the opposite, Celtics plus. And then we have an over/under of 205. This is in Boston, and being in Boston, what's the difference between the Cavs and Boston? Well, the Cavs have LeBron James. That's first off simple. We all know that the Cavs have LeBron James. But Boston has a team, and with Boston having a team, they're the better team than the Cavaliers, in my opinion. But anytime you have the best player on your team, anytime you're playing a game and the best player in that game is on your team, it doesn't matter if the other team's better than yours or not. You always have a chance. So, LeBron James has continuously gone to the finals. And here we have a Celtics team missing Kyrie Irving, missing Gordon Hayward. Here's the interesting thing you got to consider here. They've been missing Gordon Hayward all year. He played in a couple minutes of one game. So that's not as big of a deal. Yes, they're still missing him, but they've learned how to play without Gordon Hayward. And they've now been playing without Kyrie Irving long enough to where they've kind of learned how to play without him too. So you got Terry Rozier playing at a high level. Somebody's going to pick him up eventually. That's going to be a starting point guard in the league somewhere at some point. And then you've got Jason Tatum. You've got Brown. His first name escapes me right now. But between those three guys, and then of course Al Horford, Boston has the more sound team. And so I like for the Celtics to pick up the win in game one like they're supposed to. So we're going to take the Celtics. We're getting them plus money at home. So we're going to take the Celtics +2, and we're looking at an over of 205. I think they're going to put some points up. I think it's going to be maybe like a 108, 104 kind of game. So over 205, Celtics +2. That's our 6th and 7th pick for today's show. And as far as that Celtics +2, I'm going to call that at least, I'm going to call it a 3-unit play. So whatever your units are, whatever 3% of your bankroll is, that's what we're putting on this game. 3-unit play for Celtics +2 and 2-unit play for the over of 205. So I'm sitting here with Luke Howell. He said, "What's up?" Oh, Lord. What's up to Kyle and to Luke, who are watching the show live. I don't know if they're actually in it live or not anymore. It doesn't says they were here, doesn't say they're here anymore. So shout out to you guys. What's up? And so always like it when we have some people watching the live show. Of course, Kyle, wish he would have stayed in. Kyle is our new handicapper. Could have asked him a couple questions. But I don't believe he's in the live show anymore. But with that said, let's go on and give out our final picks for today's show. We're going to wrap it up. We're looking at the hockey game now, and we've got the Capitals and Lightning game 2. Capitals stole game 1. I'm looking at the under. We've taken the under in the first 2 games of the Eastern and Western Conference finals. Both games have hit 6, so we've pushed. Nothing wrong with a push. It's not a win, but it's not a loss. I'm looking for this game to finally stay under that 6 goals. I'm looking for some goalie play tonight. So under 6, and that will be our 8th and final pick for today's show. I don't have a pick as far as who's going to win that game. I'll go out on a limb and I'll just throw it out there. I think the Lightning will even the series up, but the reason I don't want to give out a pick is because I think the Capitals could just as easily. I think they're the better team. So we'll say Lightning. What are you if you're not throwing yourself out there? So the Lightning will even the series up tonight, but the under of 6, that's the strong play, and we'll call that a 2-unit play, like the over of 205. So that's going to be it for today's show. I'm looking forward to the Boston Celtics and Cavs that's about to come up. One thing that's awesome about being on the West Coast is this is a 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time game for guys on the East Coast. But for me, this is coming on at lunchtime. So I love it. Got basketball early on in the day. I've got my baseball package. So what I do is I'll put the basketball game on. I'll sit my computer right beside me. I'll pick a couple games to bet on. Obviously, the games that we gave out, and I'll watch the games here. I'll watch the game there, and then the hockey game comes on at 5 o'clock. We'll put the hockey game on, watch the hockey game on. So Sunday's a great day. Weekends usually are. Lots of sports. We're going to be watching basketball, hockey, tons of baseball. We're going to finish it off with the ESPN Sunday night game, which almost positive is the Angels, and because it's Ohtani pitching. Sorry, Facebook, you're getting a lot of my face. No. I was wrong. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. The Nationals and Diamondbacks are the Sunday night game. So, um, won't be able to watch the Angels and Twins since it's a local game. They will not have that on. You'll only be able to listen to the radio broadcast. But it's the Nationals and Diamondbacks, which that'll be a good game. National and Diamondbacks. Let's see who's pitching tonight in that game. I did not give out a pick in that game. Let's see if I can get it to come up, which all right, so we've got Jeremy Hellickson going up against Zach Godley. And so, Hellickson's 1-0 with a 2.28 ERA. Godley's 4-2 with a 3.83 ERA. We've got an over/under of 8.5 money line. You know, like I said, we gave out 8 picks on the show because the website's not working. Let's give out 2 more. Screw it. We'll call this Super Sunday. It's Super Sunday, like Walk-Off Wednesday. So I'm going to pick this final game of the night. We're going to say, first of all, let me check. I know that who won last night's game? That's what I want to know. Washington won yesterday 2-1. This game has consistently been an under. We've been on this game several times. We were on it yesterday. We had what's his name pitching? Oh, Scherzer. We were on it the day before. Let's do it again. We're gonna take the under of 8.5, and we're gonna take the Diamondbacks -127. But that under 8.5, we're going to call that a 3-unit play, and Zach Godley and the Diamondbacks winning, we'll call that a 2-unit play. So our big money is on the under 8.5 in tonight's ESPN Sunday Night Baseball game, and the Boston Celtics +2. So guys, let's win some money today. All right. So with that said, everybody have a fantastic day. You guys have a great day on YouTube.